Share your screen and show everybody the contract that you didn't feel comfortable with, and go line by line as to what it is that you didn't feel comfortable with after you verbally agreed to it. I'm not going to screen share,
but I'll explain. I'll explain.
Exactly no. These are the terms. You can be in this call if you're going to share the contract that we sent you. But you verbally just.
No, exactly. You have the contract too. You can share.
Can you listen?
That's what I need to share.
Can you listen?
Why don't
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. You talk, I talk. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Let me go first then.
So I'll talk first, and then you go second. Okay. You understand?
Go for it.
Okay, great. When we picked you up, what happened?
You picked me up.
I called you when?
10 minutes before the elite roster lock.
Okay, so you were an emergency person that we picked up based off of the circumstances of us getting poached, correct?
Yep.
And we had talked, and we were talking about hypothetically the week before as to when it was that you were going to come, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then I called you because we had voted as a team, not unanimously, but regardless, I said I think Exceed is probably the best situation that we have possible to join this roster. True or false?
True.
Okay. And then I called you and I said what?
You run this shit, blah blah blah. Basically it. And then you would send me a contract.
I'm sorry. I'll let you try again.
You said you would send me a contract that you run it, and that was basically it.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yes, you are wrong. Did I tell you the details behind what it was that signing a contract meant with us? Please don't lie.
Yeah, particularly, yeah.
Okay. So what is it that I told you in that contract in that call?
It was the percentage cut. That you make all roster decisions, and then that the whole buyout thing.
One more time. So I gave you the percentages of everything. I gave you the buyout.
Yep.
I gave you the stipulation that you're not going to come in here and act like you typically do in Challengers, thinking that you run the organization. And I told you what else?
I don't remember. That's all I remember.
So you're admitting to saying I'm good with all of that.
Yep.
And I'm down to play.
Yep.
I know that I'm having a terrible year. I know that everybody thinks that I'm ass. I'm getting fucking egoed by Millie. Right? You said all of those things, right? So, and I shared all of those things with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, please take the floor and tell me what part of the contract that we shared with you was one that made you uncomfortable beyond what it is that I verbally shared with you.
Okay, number one.
Wait, time out. Actually, because I really want to give you a fair shot here. There's nothing else in the contract that I wouldn't have shared publicly that should have made you feel like you are not able to have a conversation with me as to what it was that you were uncomfortable with.
All right,
correct?
Make it clear.
Okay, so time out. One more thing, because I'm not done.
Okay.
So if you verbally agreed to the contract that I sent, you jumped on the team, right? We've been performing better than expectations based off of the people on the team, right? And we had agreed verbally on the contract. Then you got pissed off today and said, "Why didn't you didn't get pissed off?"
No, I was mad that you didn't message me beforehand, but
brother, we sent you the contract though. We sent you the contract a week ago, and
you're correct.
Yes, but then you didn't say anything about having a conversation about the contract, did you?
No, we didn't.
I said, hold on. I said, here's the contract. Please let me know. I signed it on my behalf because that's how contracts work. It needs to be countersigned for it to be anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you didn't say anything, and I tell you today, and I asked the group who's going to be bunking with who's going to be doing what, and then you say what?
I could go straight to the DMs. I said minus Exceed.
Yeah, so you were surprised when I said we're not funding you.
I wasn't surprised.
After you said that you didn't sign the contract.
I was not surprised that you weren't funding me. I was surprised that you didn't say anything in advance.
But isn't it obvious that if you don't sign a contract, you don't? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Give me your rationale and your thinking.
Not giving it. All right, is it my turn now to talk?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. First of all, let's start with the 20% thing, right?
Yep. Which you verbally agreed to. You just admitted to.
With the 20%, right? You're making money off the players. You agree?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay. You're making money off of the players in which you have on the particular team. If you're taking 20% from our team only, I'm not counting you picking up the random other players that you have signed that are not on the team. I'm talking about specifically our team. You have made money off the team, correct? Yes or no?
I'd actually have to look at the numbers to agree to that.
It's a yes.
No,
it's a yes.
Incorrect.
It's a yes.
Do the math for me real quick then.
It is 100% a yes. You're typing and you're thing on the fucking stream about 9 to 10K for an event. That's just not right.
9 to 10K for an event, brother. Where?
Or sorry, 9 to 10K overall. But that's because you're paying salary for like 15 players.
No, bro. I think you missed it because you were scrimming. I'm happy to run down the numbers for you.
No, let me continue.
Okay.
Okay. So let me make this clear. If me as a player, right,
Yep.
and I'm going to these events, and let's say we go to this event and we win it, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You get 20% of that, so 10K, you get $2,000, correct?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
4 players, $8,000, right there, right? That pays for the event for you, correct? If we win the event.
Correct.
Okay.
If
and
you,
now, as a player,
if you win the event, yeah, which you haven't done until you joined us. Yes.
Okay, that's cool. What about last year when I rated? Anyways,
yeah, of course. Until we slammed you.
Overall,
let's
talk about this. Let's talk about it as an individual. Okay, how does it make sense for an individual to sign that contract if you're confident as a player that you're going to go to the event and you're going to win it? Why would I, as a player, sign a contract in Challengers? Let's keep in mind this is Challengers, not the Pro League. The Pro League is completely no. You said you talk and then I talk. Let me finish. Let me finish.
You're right. Go ahead.
As a player, individually, if I sign that contract, we're not talking about the league because the league is something completely different. It's a completely different fucking entity as itself.
Okay.
If I go to the event and I win, I make $10,000. Okay. If I sign with you, I pay you $2,000.
Okay.
Right. If I pay for myself, I'm paying for, let's say, $800 for my entire. Let's go with my stay and my travel. It's $800. So as a player, what is the point of signing that when you're gonna lose money as a player to do that? That doesn't make sense.
Did you make
number two?
Okay.
Number two.
If you're not
the
done,
thing
you
about
can finish.
the thing about not making a player pay out of their pocket to go to the league, that is cap because I've heard it firsthand, and I know for a fact that is true.
What?
That you have made one of your players pay out of pocket to do that. And I'm not even trying to argue with Rafi. I'm just trying to. You got mad, and then you started going on stream because of this whole situation, which I didn't even want this to be public. I had no problem paying my own way.
Caden.
But as a player, it doesn't make sense for me individually to sign a contract when I'm confident that we're going to go to the event and win to give someone else my money.
That's a lot of confidence.
That I'm going to win. Of course it is. Why would it not be? That doesn't make sense. We've won back-to-back tournaments. It doesn't make sense.
Caden.
Like, why would I take money out of my pocket to give to you?
Caden, question for you.
Yep.
Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, one, how much money have you made before you joined OMiT Brooklyn this year?
I don't know.
You haven't.
No, I definitely have. That's cap.
You've been finishing T6 to T12 all year.
That's not true. I've made at least $7,000 this year.
Okay, give me a second. You're cool with me showing this because it's not like me trying to shit on you. I'm just trying to.
No, I don't care.
Wait, there's no results for you? How not? You're like the most winningest challengers player. So before we click on this, would you say that that you had a better year last year than you have this year?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
So you won a lot last year, right?
Yep.
And in your prior org situation, and the negotiations that we had between me, you, Sloshy, I don't know, fucking who else was in it, Mayhem, etc., etc. You've known what OMiT has been about for over a year, right? And the contract.
Yes, and that's why I said no last year.
That's not why you said no last year.
Yeah, it is why I said no last year, and Mayhem can join this call and vouch for it.
Okay.
That if with the pace that we were at and we were winning last year, if we had joined OMiT, you guys would end up making money off of us and take money out of our pockets.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine an organization making money off of a risk?
No. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing. I understand that as a player. If you're in Challengers to make money, then you're in Challengers to make money.
Thank you, Sloshy.
But for me individually, that doesn't make sense.
By the way, Sloshy was the one negotiating with you. He just said that's not why you said no last year.
That is 100% why we said no, and Mayhem could get in this call and agree with that. Do you not remember the conversation that we had at Toronto where there was the miscommunication?
Stop screaming.
It's
okay.
I'm not screaming.
We're having a man-to-man. Try not scream. Let's have it inside.
I'm not screaming. You remember the conversation that we had last year, at Toronto where you got pissed because there was a miscommunication between us and Sloshy, where you guys came back with another offer that we never got. Do you remember that conversation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was it.
Sure.
Because the offer that we had gotten from you guys at last year when we were winning everything was that you guys were gonna make money off of us, and it didn't make sense. And I'm not disagreeing, bro. If you're in an org, obviously you're gonna want to make your money back. I have no problem with that. My problem is I'm not competing as a person to benefit. No offense, obviously. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole when I say this, right?
Careful. You might come off as entitled like I told you were, Caden. Careful.
How's that entitled?
Don't mince your words, brother.
I'm not playing for somebody else. I'm playing for me.
Okay, so then don't represent an organization.
I'm not. I have no problem representing an organization if I think it's a fair cut.
I know, but do you understand how like that boxes you as entitled? What you just said?
I mean, you can call it entitled if you want. If I'm playing for me and I don't want somebody else
to be
charity.
Taking
My percent. Huh?
So you want charity?
No. What? And okay, let's continue this too about the contract. Your contract goes through December, right? Correct?
Exceed. Can we please stay on point?
This is on point.
Please have a conversation.
Does your contract
please have a conversation and stay on point, right? Can we please talk about it?
Can you just please answer my question? Your contract goes through December, correct?
Correct.
You do that on purpose so that if in the off season they have to buy out the player, correct?
To protect our investment, that's correct.
Okay, that makes sense, right? As an org, that makes sense. As a player, that does not make sense. Let's keep in fact that we have 2 events left that an org has to pay for, correct?
Okay. So question, Caden.
There's this event and there's DreamHack, and then following that,
Caden.
Let me finish. There's 2 events left that as an org you have to pay for. It's this event and there's DreamHack. Okay. Post DreamHack, there's Champs, which the CDL funds. There's EWC, which EWC funds.
Mm-hmm.
So you're signing a contract for 2 events, and your salary is. Do you want me to say it on stream or no?
It doesn't matter. It varies. That's what you don't understand.
Okay. Do you want me to say what you were offering me then?
250.
Or do you want me to keep that? Okay, yeah, there you go. 250.
And do you know why that 250 is established at what it is? Because it's varied for other players.
That's fine, and I don't care about that.
But you should care about it because you're literally going into contract details as to how we assess how it is that we invest our money in our players.
And that's fine. I'm not disagreeing.
So
with that, but I'm
what
saying
is it that you're
personally, it doesn't make sense to sign that contract because at the end of the year,
salary.
you're gonna get 20% of Champs, which you don't pay for. You get 20% of EWC, which you don't pay for, and then at the end of the year, I'm also still under contract with you after the season is over. So as a player, no, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And that's all it is.
You got offered a contract in Miami, correct? Before this, you were finishing T12, T6, etc., right?
That's fine. You can say all you want.
But I'm not saying it to diss you. I'm just saying you weren't winning at all.
That's fine.
Right? You're not getting picked up to the league, right?
That's fine. You can think that all you want.
So no, I know that.
That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead and keep saying that.
A bit of a reality check for you, if that's okay. I think it stems from a situation where, for a long time, you have been in different situations, right? Where you got charity for being a player in Challengers. You didn't have to charity. You ended up
not. What's the charity?
You got free funding. You didn't expect anything back from an organization percentage.
That's not true. I've been with multiple orgs where I've given percentage back.
Okay, great. But you weren't happy with the percentage of this one?
No, I wasn't happy with the overall contract.
Okay. So we're talking about the percentage of it, though. Because you're talking about... Because based off of what me and you had prior discussions on, there were retards in the scene that sent out contracts where you didn't owe them anything back, correct?
It depends on how you use the word retard, because there's some people that don't care about getting it back. So if you're referring to me on FaZe Black last year, yes, I didn't owe them a percentage, but they didn't want a percentage back because they do it for fun.
Right, so charity, right?
Sure, call it charity if you want.
Thank you. Holy fuck, it's so hard to just get A plus B equals C. Okay, so we're not in it for charity.
And I don't disagree with that.
Okay, we're in it to hopefully be in the green. Does that make sense to you?
And that's fine, but you on your stream...
So when I'm building God rosters and we're winning... Give me a second. I let you talk, right?
On your stream,
Come on.
you're not I let you talk to make money.
I let you talk, right?
All right, fair enough. Go ahead.
Thank you. I can speak now?
Go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you. Holy fuck. For the first 2 years in Challengers, do you think I made any money at all?
Oh, of course not.
Okay. So do you think that I'm going to pivot and not continue to lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars?
I never had a problem with you trying to make money. I'm not mad at you for trying to make money.
Okay, so time out. When somebody sends you a contract, right? Do you have a conversation with them about what it is that you like or don't like?
Yep.
Okay. And did you do that with us?
Nope.
Is
You want to
that
know why I didn't do that?
is that just based off of being a child for a couple days, or is
No,
that
it's based off of every single other player that you have being on said contract, knowing that that's not going to change.
But you didn't even talk to me, brother?
Bro, so if you're telling me that if I went to you and said, hey, actually, it didn't even matter because you're going to make, if I signed that contract, you were going to make a shit ton of money off of me.
Caden, you're not getting to the league. I'm not making any money off of you.
Brother, not, okay,
There's
let's
no
say I don't make
buyout
it to the
for you.
league.
You're the
You're
last
still not
one out of
counting- you're
all
still
the
not-
players
you're still
on
not counting
OMiT that should be
you're not
bitching the way
counting
that you
champs
are.
in EWC. You're not counting champs in EWC.
Brother,
You're
do
making
you
money
think
off of
that
both
you're
of those
going to do
events.
anything against the pro players? Why do you
You're
think
not
you're down
making-
in challengers? You're
are
not
fucking
winning
so
EWC.
stupid.
You're
You
not
are
winning
so fucking-
EWC,
You're
brother.
trying to make money after bitching about not making
You're
money. in
not
Congress.
doing anything with
you said
COD,
if you're-
brother.
If you're going into an esport
What
org
don't you
and you're trying to
understand?
make money, you're not going into challengers. You said that yourself. I have no
And
problem
now
with
I
that. I've
am.
already told you.
And I'm
You
winning
crashed out.
everything.
You crashed out
And
because I said I
what?
wasn't signing the contract, Rafi.
You asked? No, that's not what pissed me off. What pissed me off is that you verbally agreed to the contract and the stipulations in fucking fine print. And then you turn around and you don't have communication about what it is that you then changed your mind about what that was. Do you understand what the frustration is? Do you realize how fucking stupid you look?
That's not stupid.
It is because you didn't talk. You are a fucking grown-ass man. How old are you? 26, 27?
I'm 23.
Motherfucker, you're 23.
Yep, I am.
You're 23. You're supposed to be in your prime and in the league, right?
I'm
Do
23.
you think
I'm
that the pro
sorry.
players have conversations about what it is that they're getting offered? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm 23. I'm sorry that
That's
I.
all
didn't
I'm.
want to
That's
sign a
literally what I'm
contract in
fucking.
which it
I
was
don't
gonna
care
cost me
about you
money
not
off
signing contracts. I was happy I didn't have to fund you. You're not getting to the league. I don't have a buyout on you.
Okay,
I
that's
don't have a
fine, bro.
buyout on you.
You can
If I
say
look
that
at the
all you
fucking
want.
8 players that are under the fucking team, do you think a single one is fucking ahead of you?
And
All of them are.
All 8
All of them
players
are.
not happy with the contract. I gotta go scram.
That's actually a fucking lie. Thank you. Holy fuck, I hate retards. What does he not understand? Jesus Christ. He left. I wouldn't have dragged him out. He's the one that left. He has to scrim so he can get into the league. This is the problem, bro. This is the problem. 90%, 95% of you in challengers are not sniffing Sib, are not fucking sniffing anyone on LAT. 90% of you, okay? None of y'all are shooting back against Hydra in the lobby. 90% of you wouldn't win a fucking one against those players. You can stay delusional like this motherfucker, have a problem about a contract that he's not getting charity on, and go from there. It doesn't make sense. I don't give a fuck. Do y'all realize that if I get canceled tomorrow, I'm still making bread? Do y'all fucking realize that? Like, what do I have to fucking lose? Shut the fuck up. I don't care about your life. You shouldn't care about mine. My business is my business. I'm not in shit to not make money. What do you not understand about that? If you're in something and you're losing money, and you're losing fucking money, guess what? Get the fuck out of it. How about you don't fucking do it? If you don't want to make money, and you don't want to protect investments, then stay broke, motherfucker. It's real fucking easy. Now, am I here to fucking hold players back? Not a single motherfucker that has ever called from the league has had a fucking problem. Do you not understand that? Every single player that has gotten called has never been held back from us. Ever. The one with the least likely fucking possibility of getting to the league out of every single fucking player that's come through OMiT this year. This shitter that nobody fucking likes. If you thought that your career was over after fucking the meme of you being a Burger King, motherfucker, nobody fucks with you. Not only that, you're fucking not that good at COD. Do you not understand that? You're a fucking liability. The only reason you're still on the team is because you won? Me and Ricky were ready to fucking fire you if you didn't win the fucking elite. You're lucky that OMiT GG shit the bed in fucking grand finals. You are dog shit. Don't ever fucking test me when it comes to business. Don't ever fucking do that. You're good at one thing in this life, and that's fucking Call of Duty, and you're not even fucking top 20% in that. Don't ever fucking come at my neck like that again. I will publicly fucking expose you, stupid fuck. And I gave you the floor, and you sounded even more retarded after that. I gave you the floor, you fucking verbally agreed to something, and then you sound like a fucking retard. You didn't make a single point. So don't come in here and ask me who is it that you're talking about. I will shoot straight with you, motherfucker. You. I'm talking about you. And I'll look in the camera and say this. Don't ever fucking come at my neck again about business. I run circles around you. Okay? Esports is 1/4 of what it is that I touch as far as investments go. And if I don't want to fucking not make money off of whatever it is that I'm fucking making, then I wouldn't be here. Why do you think that we're the biggest fucking organization in challengers? In the fucking shit that I'm allowed to fucking compete in? Suck a dick.